Welcome to the Melia Costa Rey in Cayo, Coco, Cuba. Last time I was here was roughly 8 years ago when this resort used to be called the Pullman. It used to be a very popular destination, so let's see if it still lives up to the hype. This week we will be checking out the lobby bar, the 24-hour snack bar, the a la carte restaurants, the buffet, the pools, and of course, the beach. If you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and click on that notification bell. This morning, my flight from Montreal was scheduled for 6 a.m. There was some kind of delay, but we did arrive in Cayo, Coco at 10:30. By the time I crossed the borders and grabbed my luggage, I was at the shuttle at 11 a.m. We had to wait on some guests. We did eventually leave at 11:35, got to the resort at noon. My room wasn't ready yet, check-in is only at 4. During that time, I got to explore the resort, got to enjoy the pools. Just a few minutes ago, I got access to my room. The bed looks pretty comfortable. They also did my 3 a la carte restaurants for the week, so I will be doing the Cuban, the Italian, and the Japanese. For the rest of the day, I will just be enjoying the pools, and tonight, I will be hitting the buffet. The pool situation. There is not a lot or any palapas giving you shade or any structures as well. When I first got here, the main pool was a little green and slimy, and today, my second day in, they have officially closed it. So hopefully in a few days from now they'll be able to fix it. Day number 1, I had a pretty good night's sleep. I think I slept for like 10 hours. I was pretty exhausted from my traveling day yesterday. The bed in my room is pretty comfortable. The AC works great. I got plenty of hot water and water pressure as well. Now I'm just gonna head to the lobby. I'm gonna go and have myself a few coffees, and then I'll be hitting the gym. Here's the gym situation. They do have 3 stationary bikes and 2 row machines for your cardio. The rest of the equipment is in pretty good shape. I got a pretty good workout out of it. As soon as you go in, they do have the AC on at high, so it is pretty cold, but in no time you will be working out a sweat. Just coming back from filming the uncut tour of this property as well as some pool views. Don't be fooled by the amount of people on the property. The resort is probably at 70 to 80% capacity, and I do want to give everybody their privacy. Before heading to the gym, I need to go for breakfast, so let's go to the buffet. Just coming out from a 90-minute workout. It feels pretty good. This morning at the breakfast buffet, I had plenty of fruits, vegetables, meats to choose from. There was also lots of pastries, a juice station, a crepe station, and 2 omelet stations. There is no eggs at the moment, so it is a premix. You can add some meats, vegetables, and cheese to your scramble or omelet. If I see any eggs during the week, I will keep you posted. For the next few hours, I will be spending them at the pools. Early afternoon, it is time for lunch. Let's go and check the buffet, the 24-hour snack bar, and the beach grill. This was some of the options that you have at the 24-hour snack bar, the beach grill, and the buffet. Plenty to choose from. Here I am in bungalow 24, room 24009. The first thing that you will notice in this room on your left is the bathroom. In the middle, you will find the vanity area, a hair dryer. On the left is the toilet, and on the right, you will find a bathtub with a rain shower head. In the entrance, we do have a closet right here. On the top, you will find some extra pillows. Underneath, you will find a safe. This one is a little different. You will need to put in your 4-digit number, followed by the A key, which is located on the left bottom of the keyboard. Then for safety purposes, and this you only have to do it once, you will once again need to put your 4-digit number, followed by the A key. To unlock it, you just need to put in your 4-digit number, followed by the B key, which is located on the right of the keypad. Underneath, you have plenty of storage area. Moving forward, we do have a coffee station. Underneath, we have a beer fridge. They will give you 2 beers, water, and 2 colas. Moving forward, again on the right, we have a closet. On the top, you will have an extra blanket, an iron board, 2 umbrellas, and 2 bathrobes. Entering the room on my right, this is where I have my luggage. On my left, king-size bed. On each side, we do have a night table, and again, this is where I store all my electronics. On the top of the night tables, you have some outlets for your electronics. There's not many in here, but it does the trick. But we don't have any USB ports in here. And we have a lounging area. We have a sofa right here just to sit back and relax. And you can do some work on this table right here. We do have a round table with 2 chairs. Again, just to sit back and relax. The flat screen TV. The room in here is fantastic. The AC unit works pretty good, and usually at night I do have this fan on. I do have plenty of hot water and water pressure. I think this is a garden view suite, but I do have a little glimpse of the ocean. Here's the view from the patio. And this wraps it up for the room tour. Officially my last night going at the buffet. Going forward, I will be going at the a la carte. Let me show you what they had to offer at the dining buffet and what I had for the last 4 nights. Dinner buffet. You have plenty of options. There's also a pasta and a meat station. I was there on 4 occasions, usually at 8 p.m. At the meat station, I was either having some lamb or pork, which was pretty good. I have to say right now, the resort is pretty much at full capacity. There is a lot of people at the buffet, but they do replenish the stations as needed. Going to my first a la carte restaurant tonight. The first one will be the Italian, followed by the Cuban, and the last one, the Japanese. Last night I went at my first a la carte restaurant, which was the Italian. For starters, I had the potato soup. The main course was a lasagna, which was amazing. And for dessert, I had the eclair. It is a little cloudy today. Actually, it is raining right now. Still having a great time. Tonight I will be going at the Cuban a la carte restaurant. As mentioned earlier, there is not a lot of palapas at the pools, but you will have a great selection at the beach. I'm not sure how well you can hear me now with this wind and being snorkeling with this camera. The water was a little murky, but I got to see a few fishes and a stingray, so I'm pretty happy about that. On my way back, there was a guy in the ocean. He seemed pretty agitated, so I thought that he caught a fish. So I started to swim towards him. There was another guy fishing on the reef, so I thought that they were friends. But it ended up that the guy in the ocean was actually drowning. I'm happy to say that the guy on the reef saved his life and he is safely on the beach right now. I've been asked if this location is accessible for people with reduced mobility at the beach, and it is. This is just before you get to the level area or the VIP. You will have easy access to the beach. Probably 50 to 60 feet down, you'll get to the ocean, and the sand over there is pretty firm. 3 days after being closed, finally the main pool bar is now open. Guess where I'm going? Tonight I do have an early reservation at the Japanese. Let's go. Want to go and check out the beach? Let's go to the beach bar, grab a drink, and then we'll go for a walk. This is the best beach you can walk on that I've been to in a very long time. Alright, so here's the beach situation. I started off on the right hand side of the resort. You can walk for kilometers. There is no resorts on that side of the beach, but I could hear in the distance some music at some point. Yes, there is some seaweeds, but this is natural, but sadly you will see some trash as well. On the left hand side of the resort, there is a lot of resorts, so they are maintaining the beach a little more. The beach is wide, very nice to walk on. I went all the way to the trip Cayo Coco. So basically, if you're walking on either side of the resort, the beach is awesome here. This wraps it up for the Melia Costa Rey. If you have any questions or just want to leave a comment, please do so. In the description box below, you will find a list of resorts that I've been to over the years. I am currently planning on another trip at the end of August. If you have any suggestions, please let me know. The Melia Costa Rey was actually a suggestion by some of you guys, so who knows, my next destination might be your suggestion. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe, click on the notification bell, and I will just be enjoying this view for the rest of the day. Alright, until next time. Approaching the end of the beach, this took me 45 minutes to an hour. If you walk on the left hand side of the resort, I believe the beach is as long, maybe a bit longer. But this is the end of the road. Just amazing. Make sure to bring lots of liquids. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. Cubans just having a great time fishing and drinking rum. Just in case that you don't have a beer opener, this is the best way to open it. And there you go.